All right, I know it's been a while. When I say a while, I mean a while. But as you can see from the opening, the car is now on the ground. And by on the ground, I mean it's about that far off the ground, but we're gonna fix that. The bags that I have in it right now don't necessarily squish all the way because they leave too much of a gap. I'm gonna fix that. We'll show you how a little bit later. But anyhow, we're making some progress and we're getting there. I wanted to make this short video to kind of update everybody. I'm gonna do a little more long form video on everything that I've done and why I did it and how I did it. But for right now, I'm just gonna focus on showing you the car on the ground. Almost as low as it's gonna be, but not quite. Check it out. So the goal is to lay that baby right there, the little pivot right there on the ground. Right now it's hard to tell, but it's probably about an inch off the ground. We're gonna get that extra inch and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. So lower control arms already have a ball joint lift on it. And you might be asking yourself, what do you mean by a ball joint lift? Let me show you. What you're looking at is the lower control arm off of a Mark 1 Volkswagen chassis. Well, when I say Mark 1, I mean, you know, Rabbit, Scirocco, the like. What I did here is I took the ball joint and I lifted it up 2 inches. What that does is at your pivot point, usually this ball joint would be down here. So as this aggressively lifts, that ball joint would max out. Well, what I'm doing by lifting it up 2 inches is from the pivot point, it's up 2 inches. Basically making it to where that ball joint is not going to max out as quickly. So I was running into this ball joint maxing out and not being able to get me as far up into that fender well as I wanted it to go. So that's a little bit of Mark 1 Volkswagen lower control arm information for you. Changing the position of the ball joint up higher from the pivot point of the original makes it have a little more play. I've braced it on the backside and on the inside, and so it's stronger than it was factory. For those of you who are about to say, that thing's gonna break. I don't wanna hear it. Since I've done the ball joint lift already, when I'm ready to put the small airbags in it, they're gonna be behind, kind of in between where the axle and the tie rods are. It's gonna be a really small bag. It's like, I wanna say 4 inches circumference when blown up. Or when aired out, aired up. My apologies. So they're a really small bag. And there's not a whole ton of weight on the top of these cars anyway. And I think each bag is 2,200 pounds, rated at 2,200 pounds. All right, now this little bridge here is attached via a swing arm to the actual stock swing arm that Volkswagen has in here. So when that bag lifts up, it pushes down on the swing arm, thus lifting the car. Now right now I've got to brace the swing arm so that it won't flex, because it's flexing pretty hard currently. And I've completely maxed out the swing arm, the stock swing arm, not the swing arm I built. I maxed out the stock swing arm and it's against the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some drop plates on the drums. Or should I say how the drums mount. I'm gonna build a plate that lifts the wheel up and moves it back a little bit so that we have as much drop as the front without cutting into the swing arm or anything else, because I've basically set it up to do it that way. And when I do that, I'll try to make a video so I can show y'all. The project's coming along. I just wanted to update everybody, and I will continue to as I get further. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye. All right, real quick. Any of you ever taken a fender off of one of these Mark 1 Sciroccos? Somebody at the Wolfsburg factory is gonna get kicked in the taint if I ever find out who put this fender on. It had so much goop and junk on it that I had to break out a torch and burn it away before I could get the fender off of it. My goodness. That's all.